Today I'm going to show you how to use lighting to make your YouTube videos stand out, no matter where you're filming. What's up, guys? I'm Ricky, and this is The Pocket Creator. Today we're talking about one of the most important things about creating great videos, lighting. Watch how this scene goes from this to this. Whether you're into YouTube, photography, video production design, or art, you'll quickly realize just how important lighting completely changes the look, feel, quality, and emotion of your video. It doesn't matter if you're using the highest quality camera available or your iPhone. Lighting can make your shot look amazing. I approach lighting like a blank canvas. Step number 1, turn off all lights you can control. Starting with a blank canvas is the key to getting the actual look you want. Now let's pause here for a second, because this is where most people go wrong. They just flip on the overhead lights or the lamps in the room and expect the lighting to be perfect. The problem is, those lights typically give you harsh shadow, weird colors, or flat, boring results. So turn them off. The key light is your main light source. A great place to start is by placing the light at about a 45-degree angle from your subject. Now we've got our key light on, but it's a little bright. When it comes to brightness, you have 2 options on how to fix this. You can either change the angle or pull the light further back away from your subject in order to lessen the intensity of the light. But this might cause the light to spill into other portions of your shot. The other option is to use a dimmable light, which is ideal because you can keep the perfect placement of the light without blasting your subject with too much light. All right, that's better. At this point, if you're wearing glasses, you might notice that there's a glare on your glasses. The way you have to fix that is to move the light from the 45-degree angle to more of your side, and this will help take that glare off. Now at this point, you might be thinking, Ricky, the color still looks off. To fix this, you need to either change the white balance in your phone app, do some editing in post, or change the color temperature of your light. That's why I recommend investing in a light with an adjustable color temperature. This way you can match white balance with your camera and the lights perfectly every time. Now that we've got the key light dialed in, this adds a little bit of shadow to the side of the face, which makes for a very cinematic look. But it's not always the look you're going for in your video. That's where the fill light comes in. Bring in a secondary light at a lower brightness level and adjust it until you get the brightness that you're looking for. For today's shot, I left a little bit of shadow in order to keep a more natural look, but then softened it so that it doesn't look too harsh. Already, this looks a billion times better than what we started with. Next, we'll add what's called a rim light. This light is placed off camera, normally behind you, to highlight the edges of your head and your shoulders. Ideally, you'll mount this higher up and have it angling down. But today, because I only have 2 major lights that I have with me, I'm actually using one of my smaller travel lights to give this same effect. It's not as bright if you have a major light, but it still adds a little bit of that separation. The rim light creates a subtle outline, separating you from the background. This adds a little bit of depth and makes the image pop. Finally, let's talk about practicals. These are lights that are visible within your frame. These can add color, brighten up the area, or create a little bit of ambience. In my setup today, I have a large window here behind me that lets in natural light and makes a cool look. But I've also added one of my small travel RGB lights and a plant behind me in order to add just a splash of color. If I wanted to add more dramatic color on the walls like you see in some of the other videos, I would need a brighter RGB light. Or I'd have to film at night where I can control a lot more of the light that's in the room. Lighting is one of the simplest ways that can make your videos go from amateur to professional. If you start using these tips, key light, film light, rim light, and practicals, then leave a comment down below because I would love to see your videos. But before you go, don't forget to hit like and subscribe because I've got tons more videos coming out that help you understand that anybody can start recording professional videos no matter what gear you have. Hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, stay creative.